Hello and welcome to the Music Theory Nugget series. In this video we'll be talking about the circle of fifths. The circle of fifths is a sequence of musical keys represented in a circle and is useful for students from grade 1 upwards, although at grade 1 you will only need to know a few keys. However, learning all of the circle will help you identify the patterns and make it easy to understand. When it comes time to take your grade 5 theory exam, there are a few things you'll want to write down from memory at the start of the exam. Even with the new online exams, you're allowed to write on plain paper during the exam, and if you've already watched video 2 in this series, you will see that it recommends drawing a keyboard. There are many ways to teach and learn the circle of fifths, but I prefer to look at the pattern within the circle. Once you start to notice the patterns, you will see them everywhere, and it really helps you when you draw your circles of fifths quickly, as it means you are depending less on blind memorisation. First, you need to draw a large circle and then place a 0 at the top, meaning no sharps and no flats. This side on the left is going to be our flat side, and this side on the right is going to be our sharp side. Now we can continue drawing our numbers round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we'll do the same on the flat side. When you've drawn your numbers, you're then going to be putting in the major keys. I always put the major keys on the outside of the circle between the number and the circle. And so first of all we can fill in the first one, C. C major has no sharps and no flats and lives right at the very top. So next we're going to go around this way and have a look at the sharps. Now if you're a violinist, you'll know that the strings on your instrument are G, D, A and E, and it can be very helpful to realise that, think of it as this is your first string, so you're going to write G, this is your second string, this is going to be D, continue round A and E. They're all exactly a fifth apart, C to G, G to D, D to A to E. They're all a fifth apart, and that can really help you when you're trying to figure out what letter name might come next. So we've now got to work out which major key has 5 sharps. Now with multiple ways we can do this. We can go from E to up counting 5, remembering that we're going to count up a fifth including the starting letter. So not like the days of the week where you would say, okay, today is Wednesday, how many days to Sunday, and you would say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you'd end up with a result of 4. The musical way of counting is to count the day that you're starting on. So you would count Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and you would get 5. It's a different result. So we're going to start on E and we're going to count up 5, counting E as our starting letter. E, F, G, A, B. And we get to B. So we're going to put that there, and then now we're going to just leave it and then go on round to the other side of the circle and see what else we can find. So if you have to remember one thing, it's probably this one here. If you're going to go backwards round this way in the circle of fifths, you have to remember that you are counting in fourths. So you can count up a fourth, or you can just remember this is the one that you really have to remember. A major key with 1 flat is F major. And then when we go around a little bit more, you can think of another mnemonic, and then this one is bead. Think of beads on a necklace. B flat, E flat, A flat and D flat. So once you've got all of those in, you've got a fair amount of the majors and you can start to see some patterns. So for example, we don't know what goes here, but we can find a B. Do we spot a B? Yes, there's a B flat over there, and before it we have an E and an E flat, before it we have an A and an A flat, before that we have a D and a D flat. So guess what comes here? This one is going to be your G flat. Now let's go back to where we were. We had our B and we had our B flat, and if we go the other way, we've got an F. Now it's not going to be F, it's going to be raised very slightly, and it's going to be an F sharp. So already we've just used a lot of patterns to try and figure out what goes where. So now let's have a look at our minor scales, which are put inside the circle, Now, first of all, we need to go back to think about our piano keyboard, and video 2 talks about drawing our piano keyboard. So please go back and watch this one so that you know what to do. There's my keyboard, and I know that to find the relative minor of a major scale, I'm going to go down 3 semitones. So if I start on C, which is here, I'm going to go down 3 semitones. That's number 1, that's number 2, that's number 3, and that's A. So that takes me to A. And now it's really great because I've got a start of a pattern. Now guess what goes after A? Well, if we have a look, we've already got A on here, and a fifth after that is E, so I can fill that in, and then a fifth after that is B, so I can fill that in, and then I go to F sharp, so I can fill that in. So with that all in line, we can go back the other way because we can't go any further now. So what was before A in our cycle? It's D, and what's before that? It's G, and what's before that? It's C, and then I've got F, then I've got B flat, and then I've got E flat. All I did was to follow the major keys round this way. So I've now filled in a lot of it without really having to do too much working out. I've got a couple left that I have to do, and that's round the sharp side. So we have got E, and we need to find out what its relative minor is. Well, there's 2 ways of doing it. We can find our E, we can go down 3 semitones, 1, 2, 3, and we get to C sharp. Another way of knowing this is that there is F, and we've got F goes to F sharp, and then so C goes to C sharp. So guess what goes here? It's going to be G sharp, and guess what goes here? It goes to D sharp. So lots and lots of patterns. So I would really recommend that you write out your circular fifths following this video, and then challenge yourself to see how much of it you can do. You might have to go back and watch the video again and again so that you can write it very, very quickly. The aim of the game is to be able to draw a circle, write 0 to 6 on either side, and fill it in as quickly and accurately as possible. Thank you for watching, and good luck.